What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So, man, T.I. and Tiny, man, find themselves probably in a world of trouble, man. It's breaking all over social media that these two may have a federal investigation on the way. What's being alleged is numerous females have brought to the attention and coming forward on allegations such as drugs, abuse, sexual misconduct, rape, that these two allegedly have done to them. They're actually saying that Tiny, for the most part, is the alleged ringleader who would be making all the calls to the girls all over. So from what's being told, these two like to bring other individuals in a bedroom with them. And they are alleging that those who participate with them must take drugs such as Molly. Y'all remember not too long ago, a couple years back, they got caught on the highway with those Molly pills. They trying to say that those drugs they got caught with was what they had been doing with these different individual girls, like over 15 something girls, where they would get them drugged up, mollied up, and have sex with them. And then some of the drugs, date rape drugs that they would allegedly be using, some of these girls would pass out allegedly and wake up to other guys around them who they had no knowledge of, that had already just been having sex with them against their knowledge. One minor came forth to give her statement alleging that Tiny was very abusive towards her because T.I. would show more interest in her than Tiny. So she was very abusive towards her. And they could be in the world of trouble. They could be in the world of trouble with this happening. And it's crazy because when you look back on it, remember when it came out about T.I. was supposed to have been so-called cheating on Tiny, and Tiny was talking about she wanted a divorce. You remember T.I. kept on saying, like, she know what's up. Tiny know what's up. She, you know what I'm saying? He was, from what I get, and this is just my speculation and opinion, he was basically trying to say, how you gonna be mad at me for cheating when this what we do? This the stuff we do. You know what's up, girl. What are you talking about? You do it with me type stuff. But according to a lot of the speculations and a lot of the stories that's being out here on these women were threatened, beaten, forced to have sex allegedly, and if they didn't participate or take drugs, you know, because you couldn't participate unless you took the drugs. And whatever drug they were giving them would make them pass out, allegedly, again, because ain't nothing on this is actually, you know, some of these drugs would make them pass out, and they would wake up. When they come to, it'll be other guys and things around them, and they was being threatened, like saying, we know your name, we know where you live, we got your ID information, like on some real creepy R. Kelly type stuff. So some of the same thing R. Kelly was alleged that doing, and all the charges he got, now the same thing is being investigated under these two. This could get bad for them, man. This could get real bad for them. You know, it's crazy, this music industry, man, and what we hear about the Illuminati and all this stuff and what they do to these artists and all that. It seemed like what we hear about the Illuminati and secret society do to these artists and things, seem like these artists then go do it to other people. The only difference is they get caught because they not doing it under the Illuminati umbrella. So they have their own Illuminati umbrellas. They have their own special type Illuminati umbrellas where what's alleged being done to them to the Illuminati, they create their own version of it in their own little personal worlds and things like that, and end up actually getting in trouble like this. Same thing Bill Cosby was doing. It seemed like they just repeating what was done to them and then they do it to others, man. This industry is a dirty game. And this stuff is crazy when you see everything that's going on. And you have to be mindful, man. That's why I be trying to tell parents, man, and men, especially men, stay involved in your children's life. Stay involved in your children's life, man. You got to make sure they're educated. You got to make sure they know what's going on, hip to life, if you love them. Because if you don't give it to them, the streets is ready to tear them apart. The streets is ready to tear them apart. You have to be really, 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 really mindful of what's going on in our world. Because it's sad. And it's crazy because now they saying, now Star was talking about this on the Star Report. Star on the Star Report. He was talking about this too. He one of the ones that broke this story out too. And it's crazy that they were talking about how, like, when all these guys getting caught up with these rape cases and raping these girls and minors and things like that, how they flee the country, like Africa Bambaataa. When all that stuff was coming out on him on rape, he left and fled the country before an investigation could be under the way to indict him. He fled the country. Then ended up catching rape cases where he fled at. Harvey Weinstein, the same thing. You know, they were saying R. Kelly was finna leave just before the indictment came out. They also saying Russell Simmons, when things were finna come out on him, alleged, he ended up leaving the country. And they saying T.I. should do the same thing before the federal indictment come out on him. Flee the country just in case. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All that stuff come crashing down on you. All that stuff come back to get you. And I don't know what to say, man. I just know they could be in a world of trouble, man. A world of trouble as a result of those actions and allegations that's out on them about this. But we'll see how it play out. What y'all think about that, man? T.I. and Tiny may have a federal investigation under the way with just as many charges as R. Kelly had for allegedly raping, beating, drugging, threatening young women in a sex ring. That they're invited to their marriage bed. So this crazy how I told y'all, when people be on these cameras, they're a different thing when these cameras cut off. T.I. be talking a lot of positive things and lifting up brothers and sisters and doing these things, but behind closed doors, allegedly, he a monster. I don't know, man. I'm gonna let y'all dwell on that, man. What y'all think about this situation? This your boy Battle Truth. I kind of, no disrespect, but I kind of figured that in a way, like something went wrong with that picture. Because there's no disrespect to Tiny, but let's just keep it real. She be looking rough as hell. And I'm saying to myself, like, I know in the beginning when T.I. was with her, it was just a money thing. But now since he got money, I'm like, okay, what he still there for? Now it makes sense. He's still there because she allowed him to have who he want, long as she can participate with it. So that's why he's still around. He can still keep his marriage and have what he wants to, as long as she participate with it. And some women do compromise like that and actually don't mind doing that type of thing, man, if it means she can keep her marriage and her husband. And she was willing to compromise and do it. And now look. So this your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's some question. It's yours. Subscribe to